I got asked to do a video of books that BookTok recommended to me that I did not like. Last year, I read 71 books, including these. And of those 71, 8, 9, 10, 13 I didn't like. So that's a good margin. I don't math, so I guess. Sure. Before we even start this video, I am one person that was asked for my own personal opinions. If you like any of these books, great. I am happy for you. I'm glad that you found these books entertaining and lived up to the hype. I'm happy for you. Me, on the other hand, not so very much. I might catch a lot of heat and a lot of smoke for some of these, but you know what? I'm a fire sign, so bring it on. Respectfully, of course. Now this list is in the order that I read them last year. So starting off, we were liars. Y'all were liars. This book is so amazing. No, it's not. No, it's not. I did not see that plot twist coming. Bitch, I'm nearsighted and I saw that plot twist coming from a mile away. Lockhart, the dogs, you know what you did. I already know people are gonna hate me for this one. I couldn't get into it. I finished it. It took half of the damn book to get to the goddamn point. Half the book, it's 400 pages, 200 pages to get to the point. And I understand with fantasy, you have to world build, you have to build those characters. I 100% get it. But flinging, man, took forever. And no one told me that this was a freaking trilogy. No one, not one of you. And yeah, I should have did that research. But you know what? If this is recommended through a bunch of people, someone should have said that it's a freaking trilogy. This next one, it was everywhere. Every single book talker for the longest time was this book. In my own personal opinion, failed to live up to the hype. It's a fine read. It's absolutely fine. In all fairness, I read this next book after getting emotionally wrecked by A Court of Thorns and Roses. This was everywhere, super hyped up, did not live up to the hype. It's a cool Little Mermaid retelling, but Eric was so bland, did not live up to the hype. I had you looking in the wrong section. How could I be so stupid? So this book was marketed as spicy Game of Thrones with lesbians. Great, I like spicy things. I love Game of Thrones. I named my freaking daughter after Arya. And lesbians, love them. No judgment, no hate, live your best life. Good luck dealing with all the females. Yeah, since when is black pepper considered spicy? It's fade to black. It's a little bit of something and then it fades to black. Like, that's not spice. That is not spice. It's long, like Game of Thrones. Ugh. In my opinion, it's just a long, bad game of freaking telephone. My book buddy also read this and she gave it 5 stars. So I feel like I missed the point. I feel like I missed it, but will I reread it? Probably not. Probably not. And I'm sorry, that old guy getting more screen time than freaking That old guy was getting way more screen time than fucking necessary. He really was. Screw that old guy. And she just offs the sarcastic character. Spoilers. I wanted to like it. I really did. No, thank you. Moving on. I have a bone to pick with this next one. Hades and Persephone trope. My absolute favorite. Like, hello, hi, Persephone, yes. It's marketed as spicy, and it has witches, and these 7 deadly sins are princes of hell, dark, brooding villains. My wheelhouse. Since when is tension in one moment spicy? Since when is black pepper spicy? It was so overhyped for what it was. And there's a second book out there. It's blue, what it is. I'm gonna throw it in here in a minute. So overhyped for what it was. And I'm so, and it is a young adult fantasy book, so like the spiciness isn't supposed to really be there, but like, and I get that. I'm not asking for like credits. I'm not asking for that in every single damn book, but the main character, just give in villain! To the brooding villain! He has your best interest at heart! He always does! I'm gonna catch heat for this one too. Before y'all even get in my comments, hear me out. As a whole, it was just fine. It was just overhyped. Middle of the road, it was fine. The first book, wonderful. The world building was great, the characters were great, the whole point of the book was great. Second, fell short. Third, really liked the third book, and then the fourth book was fine. It's just the whining teenagers that did it for me. And I love him, but I can't say anything. Oh, I love her, but I can't say. If you bitches would have just talked it out, so much would have been resolved. And then Cameron, I'm sorry, honey, your life isn't the worst. It really isn't. It sucks, of course, credit where credit's due, but it's not the worst. Hello? I know she's a fictional character, but I would totally throw hands with her, 100%. It was fine. It was a great read. I'm glad I read it. It was just so overhyped for what it was. So this one, it really needed fine tuning. I felt like she was trying to complete a jigsaw puzzle and was just jamming the pieces in. She wasn't going for the accuracy grade, she was going for the completion grade, if that makes sense. I struggled. I seriously struggled getting through this. And that sucks. I really wanted to enjoy it. It was a really good premise, but like, it really needed to go through some more editing, to be quite honest. If you read A Court of Thorns and Roses, you read this book. It is basically the same thing. There are differences, but it's basically the same damn thing. Last book. I go into books blind nowadays because of BookTok. I get a couple of bullet points and then sold. Great, awesome. If I would have known that the author of this book has a master's in Shakespeare, I would have never read this book. If I would have known that the main characters developed Shakespeare quotes as a second language, I would have never read this book. This book is set in the 90s in some performing arts college up in the New England territory. It's very hard to get into this college. The drama department only works in Shakespeare. Only Shakespeare for this drama department. If I would have known Shakespeare was so heavily influenced, I would have never read this book. Why? Because Caitlin does not like Shakespeare at all whatsoever. Oh, we're star-crossed lovers. No, you're not. You're horny-ass teenagers. I don't like Shakespeare. I just don't. The only redeeming quality of Shakespeare's work is that there's red rum in it. There's one. So it's on theme, it's on brand with Shakespeare because there's red rum in it and you gotta figure out who did it. It felt so pretentious. The guy that gets red rummed totally fucking deserved it. It felt so pretentious and I struggled. I read it all. The ending was nice. If I would have known it was so Shakespeare heavy, I would have never picked it up. I get very heated over things. So these were the books that BookTok recommended to me that I didn't like. They either failed to live up to the hype or I just did not like them, did not enjoy them for whatever reason. And if you like these books, awesome, love you. But I just didn't. And that's fine. Toodles. Now I gotta put all these back. Awesome.